Welcome, Bleep Bloop Bloom here in session number 41 of our Giga-Science China run. We hit it. We hit it at exactly the 9-year mark. Don't want to hear anything to the contrary. Yeah, we are, our ledger science is now, with a double advise, is now 30K. And so it is time. It is probably long past due to actually do something more useful with China's IPs. And so did a bunch of stuff before logging off yesterday with regard to Sean and so on. So let's review stuff together, shall we? So let's first start with China's new priorities. So I think that this is going to be fine. So we sold a bunch. We'll go with that. We sold a bunch of knowledge orgs, because we wanted to equip a whole bunch of mission science. And so all those mission control, we put all those mission control orgs that were in our org pool. Remember, there was like plus 8%, plus 7%, another plus 8%, plus 10%. All of those ended up going on counselors and we replaced not all, but a bunch of our 2-pip and 3-pip knowledge orgs. Those are the most inefficient ones. As far as, per pip, knowledge per pip. And so our mission control bonus is up to, honestly, I've had much higher than this. It's up to a respectable 138%. That's not the best. I'm hoping, I'll take a look to see if there's any way we can get that higher, but it's a respectable 138%. Our knowledge bonus is down to 125. I think that was 160 or something like that before. And so we're going to want to pump this up. Our inequality is kind of high. Cohesion, we'd like to stay close to 5, and so we are going to keep double advising, right? So right now we're getting 30 investment points of knowledge per month. Most of the time that's going to be this times 1.38. And if you look, you can see there that every completion of knowledge is going to push cohesion towards 5 by 0.0026. And that number is going to go down. As I recall, the higher our education goes, and obviously our education is just going to keep going up. Right now it's 0.0026. With inequality, our cohesion is dropping 0.12, and after we do a little bit more welfare, that'll go down to 0.1. So minus 0.1 towards that rest point of 0, and our rest point isn't going to be 5 or above, probably at all, frankly, this run. And so we're going to have to get used, we'll do some welfare, we're going to have to get used to a rest point, I think, of, lower than 5, so we're going to be dropping minus 0.1. So we're going to need, even if it's minus 0.1 and not minus 0.12, we're going to need about 40 pips in knowledge, 40 investment points in knowledge a month to stay even. And that might go up as knowledge gets kind of less useful. The higher the education, I believe, the weaker that pull is going to be. So, we want to be close to 5. We want to keep around 30K ledger science or so. I mean, it's not super crucial, but I think that this distribution is going to be, we might fall a little short, but it's going to be roughly okay. So I think we're going to be able to get by with 21%-ish in the knowledge. Got a little bit in the welfare so that we can drop our inequality down below 4. So our cohesion drop is minus 0.1 instead. Everything else is going into mission control, and you can see we're making, before advise, about 96. This is going to go up to around 130 a month after a double advise, and 130 a month is, of course, roughly 5 mission control a month. So China should give, obviously we can generate, because we upped the GDP so high, we can hold 635 MC in China. We'll be making, assuming though none of these bonuses change, none of the distributions change, we'll be making around 60 MC just in China over the next year. It ain't so bad. We'll do a little bit in other places. Now we're going to need more. We'll need command centers. We'll need maybe, if we do some unification in Africa, we'll get some more MC that way. But this is what we need to do. We need more MC. And, we're fine now, but we want to go over our mining cap. We want to build fleets of Lancers and Marines and so on, and that's going to take a lot of MC. So, on that note, I think before I forget, I would not mind, I like having solid defense. I'm playing a kind of conservative game. As you've noticed if you've done Narcising. We're going to make sure we've got no risk of losing our stuff before we send these big fleets to Ceres and Jupiter and Neptune and so on and so forth. And so we've got 3 Lancers being built. Actually, I guess 4 Lancers being built around Earth. Oh, that's pretty good. I think 4 Lancers around Earth is fine. Our main space docks are going to be around Mercury, so I wouldn't mind having some folks hanging out there. Yeah, we could use more Spaceworks around Mercury. So let's, I want to make sure that anybody shows up, they just get stomped. And, right now, actually, we have very few missile ships and so on and so forth around Mercury. So let's do a little bit to make sure that we've got enough defense. In fact, I might build some quick Mercury ships. Let's see what we have for ship classes. Did I upgrade? I always forget to upgrade to the phasers for point defense. Did I remember to do that? Orion Mon, PD 2B. My guess is I think that's arc. Yeah. All right, let's change these puppies. Let's change these puppies to phaser. Okay. So Orion Mon PD3. And this is sodium. I don't think it's gonna matter, but let's make it lithium. That's probably a little bit better, right? Oh, we didn't do lithium yet? Ow. We should do lithium. So let's do this. Just to we'll do a little bit. We'll do 1 PD, and then we'll do some Athenas. Just a little extra help, just in case. Again, probably being a little paranoid, but I don't want to. We're going to be building more Spaceworks, and the Spaceworks around Mercury are going to be our main source of attack fleets. And so want to make sure that, in fact, we'll probably, as soon as we get more base metals, we'll build another Spaceworks ring around Mercury, because very soon we're going to build big old fleets to start whooping aliens. So, and again, we are going to have all these numbers go up. We'll have to figure out some stuff to shut off in less than half a year, right? I mean, if we look at this, it's just so freaking sweet. I mean, look, I think I counted 25 outpost complexes. I'm sorry, level 3 colony complex mines coming online, and then we've got 3 or 4 spots like this that are going to take a little bit longer than that. So we're going to probably replace a lot of our Mars and asteroid sites with Kuiper sites. Those are going to be the ones. I mean, look at this thing. This is 500, plus some base metals and some nobles. And that's, what, June? So that's 4 months away. Maki Maki is going to be one of the longer ones. That's August. Haumea, June. I think there's going to be a lot of Junes. That's May. Wow. So we are going to have we're going to have some serious numbers go up. And as soon as numbers go up, you know what that means? That means a year from numbers going up, we have built a whole bunch of ships, and we are going to go out to Ceres, go out to Jupiter, and just start pounding. So we've covered China. I think we'll start building those Dance Dance Revolution, the XDD, ZDD ships as soon as we finish 3, and then we'll keep going towards the fancier stuff, build some Titans. Probably also start with command centers soon. I'll have to do that. I might do a big command center upgrade in between sessions. I think we have that tech now. So covered China, covered kind of our overall plans, showed off our Kuiper belt. Let's talk about Sean. Not 100% sure this was the right call, but as I said before, we're not done on Earth, but we're kind of done on Earth. we've got our China, we've got our EU. Miraculously and hilariously, we're about to take Turkey. I think that the Academy does have some endgame stuff, like you have to control a certain number of territories or a certain proportion of things on Earth, that we might have to do a military unification of Africa. That's not going to be exactly challenging. So there's stuff to do on Earth, but the hard stuff on Earth is done, right? And so I think it's okay to get rid of Yaminah. You can see Yaminah's been fired. We got another physicist. And we're, what's the advantage of this? They don't have many good missions and so on. Their security is frickin' 3, which, like, what the hell? Oh, let's make their security a whole. We can do that too. Let's make their security a whole 6. Wow. We're fine. And their espionage is a whole 4. I don't want to spend any more. We did this because they're a physicist, and we have so many energy techs in our future. An astronomer would have been fine too, but there was nobody else cool to recruit. So let's get another physicist. This will give us a 30% bonus now from counselors on a tech type that we need a whole bunch of work for. And in place of Yaminah, who, thank you for your service, Yaminah, you were freaking awesome. I'm really scared somebody else is going to hire you. Probably shouldn't have done this, but I talked about how it's really nice when you can have a scientist take over for a primary role. In my experience, this is mostly taking over a persuasion role, where you give them an inspire org, you make sure they can turn counselor, and they become your persuasion monkey. But it also can work for investigator. And so we promoted Sean. We gave him government. That allowed him to equip the security service here. That gives him crackdown, also happens to give him detain counselor. And obviously, for your investigator monkey, those are the two. I mean, detain is not as hard to get as crackdown, but those are the two harder to get sorts of missions, right? And so he's got an investigation of 25. He had 140, 150 XP. I spent almost all of them. He's got Templin, he's got the security service. Instead of knowledge orgs, he's carrying around mining orgs and MC orgs. And he's got what we need. And we've got even some XP to spare. And he's got hard target, which is just fantastic because he can imprison folks without having to be protected. So yeah, Sean now is going to be our investigator. And what are we going to do with, what are we going to do with this guy? I don't know. They can maybe... Do they have stabilize? They're an astronaut. I thought they came with stabilize. Maybe we'll have to figure out some way of getting stabilize on them. Yeah, 15 more XP. We're making them a senior physicist. So he's actually not the new guy. The new guy is Yuyan Luan here. And yeah, I mean, their stats are kind of butt. Yeah, their stats are butt. They don't have Inspire either. Why don't they have Inspire? Oh, they're Tech Mogul. Yeah, that's why. So we're going to want to inspire them up a little bit. I think their starting loyalty was 15, so we'll do an Inspire or 2 on them to get them above. But, unless we do a hostile takeover on them, we'll probably just use them to advise, probably Europe or something like that. Or maybe China. I guess the EU makes the most sense. I mean... On the other hand, this has 60 IP. The reason I'm thinking about this is Juan here. Being the third advisor means you're only 1/3 as effective as an advisor. But, I mean, the EU has 22 IP. We got 62 over here. It's almost 3 times as big. We might just, for now, just throw them on the advise pile. Why not? I think we are going to disband some armies after we take Turkey. But we'll take Turkey. We'll run over, take Bosnia. Oh, why don't you go get Bosnia? On my way to the capital. Standing by for right? Can we do Bosnia War yet? Yeah, let's go grab Bosnia after Turkey. And I just can't tell you how amused I am about us. We take Turkey. 11 armies, mostly from India, show up. We run away with our tails between our legs. We're like, oh, we need to take Turkey slowly and end the war and The India armies invade Sofia. We don't even notice it until they're halfway to have taken it over. We just pop in and we destroy like 10 of their armies, and the rest of them are on the run, which is just hilarious. And they might not even make it, right? We can actually. Why don't we send one of the navies in here? This is, I mean, they're trying to cheese it. Let's just stop them and get rid of the 3. And they haven't decided to nuke us, right? I have seen Russia throw around nukes because they got a lot of nukes. India's only got 3. Oh, they're building one. Oh, they just finished one. So I don't know. It's possible that, to be petty, they'll drop a nuke on us, in which case we'll lose 12 armies. That's life in the big city. We'll build more if we feel like it. All right, so I've talked about Sean, I've talked about China, I've talked about Turkey nonsense. Let's throw an Inspire on our noob. Sean, your first Investigate. What do you want to do? Should we check out this Pakistan person with an Espionage 21? They're probably not an alien, but they could be. Probably some humanity first person. Also, it would not be a bad idea for Sean to just kind of go check out people, make sure there's nobody with Espionage 25 that might just throw an assassinate at one of us, especially our poor new person with security of frickin' 6. So, all right. And what are you going to do, Camille? Why don't you prep Ethiopia for us? I do think that we'll probably take Ethiopia. And actually, inequality's not that high. We could try to provoke. Yeah, now let's just take Ethiopia up the hard way and do some stabilize and ally it with Russia, the EU, and then go. We'll have to do a little side trek to get the unification unification tech. And yeah, I mean, I could probably normally I would do this like 3 years from now, and I might, but you know, Camille's bored, so do a public campaign. All right, wow, we're at yeah, we are at our 30K.
I believe they'll stay.
Now we can just do the other stuff. So by the way, I was thinking about it. Not 100% sure I'm going to play this game through completion. Haha. The Mars Dyson game I played until about less than 10 years in. We had just taken series. It was just very obvious it was going to be a curb stomp. I do promise that in this game we'll at least take Jupiter. I don't know if we'll finish the game because, frankly, we took Turkey. Frankly, it is, you know, it's fun if you've never done it before to like just see all the aliens get whooped. To me, it is more fun to do the stuff that we've done up to this point, the map painting, right? So I don't know that I'm gonna finish. There's no way I would quit unless I can make a good argument that the game at this point is just mopping up, that we're fine. We've got IC-6 Titans flying around. We've got fleets flying out that are just going to make it easy. I do know that the lead dev, that J-Lump, he did do something to where the aliens will change their behavior, maybe get some boost. Like, I'm not really sure the details, but if you take Jupiter, they will do stuff. Like, they will change up. They'll change up their strategy. They'll do some stuff. You know, so I want to make sure that if we do quit early, that I can make a good argument that, you know, the fun / important / strategic part of the game is over, and with the amount of resources we have, the tech we have, we're good. So I'll play at least a little bit longer than in Mars Dyson. But I don't know that we're going to play, you know, an extra 10, 12, 15 sessions at the end that are just basically waiting for our fleets to show up, beat the crap out of the aliens, and then wait for the Marines will invade, then we wait for them to heal, then they do another ground mission, then we wait for them to heal, and the aliens show up and we blow them up, and then we wait for everybody to heal. It's a little cyclical. There's nothing wrong with that, though. You know, I made a little spiel during number 40 of Mars Dyson about how the people who did Civ kind of screwed up, in my opinion. Oh, it was high pay. Oh, I think we did this because there were jerks coming. So let's prep for jerks. Yeah, let's prep for jerks. That Civ 7, you know, I'm a huge Civ player. I've played tens of thousands, at least 10,000, probably 20,000 hours of Civ across all the Civs. I was playing Civ on my 286 a million years ago. That's how old I am. And, you know, I didn't buy Civ 7 for several reasons. One, I didn't like a hotfix they had made that seemed to be kind of a kowtowing to the Communist Party because of a language from one of the Chinese leaders for a patch that they just dropped. But mostly I was just like, the Civ releases have been kind of janky, and I you know, recently they've been kind of iffy, and I want to see what things look like before I kind of commit to you know, buying you know, to playing the game. And it was the right call. If you know Civ 7, you know that it got pretty hard. There were some early good reviews by, you know, as you might expect, but pretty early on it was like it was just clear that Civ 7 was kind of half-baked. It was full of bugs and had problems, and the key problem was the way the ages worked. It stopped you from numbers going up. There was a big reset 1/3 of the way and 2/3 of the way into the game. And apparently the reason that the Civ devs did this is that they had heard complaints about Civ, like, oh, people weren't finishing the game. And so they wanted to kind of make it so that, you know, do something so that it wouldn't be such of a grind, or it kind of changed things up so people would be more likely to finish the game. And who was it? Botheus. He was doing a YouTube video talking about this, and he was, you know, that this was the problem. And I can put a link to that in these notes. I have a link to it in session 40 of Dyson Sphere. And he was like, you know, there's nothing wrong if you don't want to finish. Like, if, you know, he said he had talked to a lot of Civ players, and they'd be like, oh yeah, if I know that I'm going to win and the end game is a grind, then I'll just quit and start another game. And enjoy themselves a great deal doing that. And so, in other words, if you get hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of satisfaction out of a game, but then it gets a little bit grindy, whether it's Civ, Stellaris, Terra, Invicta, whatever, there's, you know, quitting early, not finishing it, and moving on and starting another game, so, you know, so you can do the stuff that you enjoy the most. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't take away from all the hours of enjoyment that you had. I mean, it's a 4X game, or a grand strategy, however you want. The end game is often a grind. And, you know, they've done a lot of changes to TI to make it less grindy. But if it's a grind, it's a grind. Like, you know, play it through once or twice if you haven't done it before, so you can see what things look like, get the achievement, whatever it is. But if you're like me and you've played a dozen, 2 dozen times, and you know what you like, and you like the map painting, nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm good. I know that within 3 years of gameplay, I got this. I want to start another game, try something new, do a new strategy, new start, new meme, this, that, you know. So, oh, we killed more Indian armies. Is that the last one? No, there's one guy making a break for it. No, he's at 1%. Oh, he's not well. He is not long for this world. You could probably tell. I am highly amused. I am highly amused. All right, and that gave us some more MC too, which is sweet. Oh yeah, we got a lot more cap. We can slow this down maybe. What is our resting is 2.2. Oh, I want our resting just on general principles to be, yeah, let's do some welfare. But by the end of the game, by the way, I'm a lot more likely to be like, oh, I want my countries to look nice, even if it's not perfectly efficient. I mean, I'm pretty hardcore at the beginning of the game about these individual pips. And, you know, not completely, but I really want maximum efficiency at that start. Try to, at least. Sometimes I screw up, but I'm not as cash. At this point, hell, I might even put a point of environment at one point. Who can say what'll happen? Because, you know, we're towards the end. Most of the stuff's going on in space, and, you know, a little bit more cash. I'm gonna be a little bit less cash, I think, because I know we need MC. But yeah. All right. So let's move on to. All right, Mana Spram. I'm gonna throw one more. Why don't you throw one more Inspire over there?
Standing by for orders.
Sean, did you find anything? I don't even. Oh, you did find somebody. You did find somebody. Good for you. I wasn't even. I was talking so much. I had no idea what Sean was actually doing. But either Sean found that person or we just got them randomly. I'm gonna trust that Sean did it because I like Sean. All right, let's keep doing this. And then maybe one more of these, then we'll try to go for a purge and a defend. You keep on helping out those people. They need MC. All right. Oh, by the way, we've got about 40 MC cap. Well, that'll be Ethiopia, I guess. That'll be Ethiopia. We also could... Oh, maybe... Why don't you... we're going to need another war, right? Montenegro? Can we do war with Oh, they're allied with the frickin' US. Okay. Belarus? Oh, Australia's got nukes, but we don't care about that. Oh, they got 2 MC. And... Oh, okay. Let's take Belarus, probably with European armies, so that the EU can snipe them. By the way, if like allies like this, my understanding is if allies like this are going in to attack, it depends who defeated them, who sent the most armies, who got there first. Like there's some complicated formula for who would get Belarus, Russia or the EU. I'm just going to send EU armies into Belarus. And so hopefully that means that even though Russia declared the war, that the EU will grab it. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, let's get going. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, suckers. Why don't you go home? And you... all right. Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on here. Oh yeah, that's just there's only one person there. What are you guys doing? Everybody take that for us. Come on.
Offering counsel.
Lollygagging.
Offering assistance.
All right. Okay. I don't know that that's particularly good. Oh, we didn't do it. Finish command center. Let's rock out command center really quick. Let's go back to fusion. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that's fine.
We've got some.
By the way, let's so we're doing a double advise. Let's just go check. 30.1. And has our cohesion dropped below 5? A little bit. We might need another, if we want to keep it 5, we might need another couple of pips. That's annoying. That's annoying. All right. Wait, how is that still going up? Inequality, oh, maybe it's because it's been less than a month. All right, Russia, go home. Russia, go home. Russia, go home. You stay there. 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 Jeez. Yeah, you go home. All right. Yeah, we. It's a waste. I mean, it's not a waste. It's annoying use of counselor actions. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, it's still Montenegro. Yeah, just for completion purposes, we should take that stupid thing. Oh, we never took Iceland. Oh, it's because it's also allied with the U.S. Man.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
All right. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, we want MC. All these armies and navies are eating up. They're eating up investment points, and so we should start we should start disbanding. We don't need more than like 6 armies bouncing through Africa, so we're just gonna have to spend, Lord, 6, 7, 8 counselor missions to disband a bunch of armies. All right, so let's declare war on the Belarusians. Oh, and Australia, sure, whatever. Uh-huh. All right, and let's send all these people in to Belarus, which we have claims on, and we should be able to add that. Obviously, if we were really concerned about CP cap, which we're not right now, but I don't think we're going to be, we could afford 1 or 2 admin complexes. We would think about merging the EU and Russia. It turns into kind of just a cohesion nightmare, but we could do it. We're not going to do it this run, I don't think, but we could do it. Actually, we might add in Kazakhstan to as well. All right, we don't really need this. All right. All right. While we're here, should we just upgrade this command center? Oh, that's so pricey. As long as we're here, we'll upgrade it. Yeah. Oh, we were going to go to Mercury. Right? We're going to go to Mercury and start building... oh, look at all these jerks. We were going to build another station. Now that's going to take a bunch of stuff, so we will do an orbital. Probably do a couple of these eventually, but... Alright. So let's do a ring. Probably need a couple of farms. We'll throw one of those on for fun. Nano ops. Shipyard. And solar goodness. Alright, and that's plenty of power, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. The Spaceworks are going to be more expensive there, but, you know, we've got an awesome base metals income, and that's just going to get sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. All right. For the first time in forever, people, I am not going to say it's the 16th. We need to look for knowledge orgs and mining orgs. Instead, get used to me saying it's the 16th. We're going to look for mining orgs, and mining orgs alone. Look at all these sweet knowledge orgs. Where'd they come from? All right. Nothing interesting there. We could... I don't want to go through the trouble of hiring a new person. Lord. That would just be such a pain in the butt. Oh, my lord. So, like, you know, we could have this person start with 120 XP and just nail them up so they're getting a 35% space science bonus, which would be completely, totally useful. They're admins in the crapper, so we would... you have to put more orgs on them, but, you know, we could steal some orgs or whatever it is. I mean, I just pointing this out. This could be the best strategy, right? We're getting 15% physicist bonus. We have a lot of energy. We are going to need space science for some of these really pricey drives. And so we could hire an astronomer or another physicist, use that 120 XP. They've got quick learner, which is going to mean we're going to be even spending less and get a bigger bonus. We would just have to negotiate the admin 4. Instead of having admin 10 or 12, we'd have to go through the trouble of stealing 2 or 3 admin orgs from the chumps to get their admin up to 25. Completely reasonable strategy. A little bit more work, obviously. Probably... oh, and this person's even academic. Ooh, knowledge. Complete and innovative is nice. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. If you want to do the work, and it's not that much work... completely reasonable to do. Instead of what we did is like, hey, we had turned a physicist already, let's just yoink them. But, you know, something you can do with all of those plus 40 XP techs. is, and that would give you a bigger bonus immediately instead of just dragging around with 15%, give you 25 or 30% very, very quickly. So, you know, we're not going to do it because I don't think we need to do it, and it's a lot of work, or it's, by which I mean it's more work than I want to do. But, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, so what are we doing here? I think we are going to start taking Ethiopia. All right, Sean, weren't you like tracking down some alien or something? Oh, did they leave? What happened to the alien that we were tracking down? Did they get pinged? They either went to ground. I wasn't paying attention. They either went to ground or humanity first got them. I really don't know. I have no idea. All right. Sean, do we need your help to break into Ethiopia? We do not. All right. So, yeah, that's fine.
Terminating
I think, Sean, I'm worried. I'm always worried about humanity first. So, go find a humanity firster so we can turn them.
Investigating target.
Where to?
Go find humanity firster so we can turn them. Wow, we don't have anybody turned right now? Jeez. Okay, that's your job, Sean. That's your job. We're on our that year. So everybody's going to Belarus. We're not going to worry about Montenegro or Iceland right now. What's going on with Kazakhstan? Oh, you're in the Union. Oh, we could just grab you and then merge you in a little bit later. Oh, you got 5MC. Yeah, we'll do... Let's do that first. Let's do that first.
Targeting the opposition.
Let's grab Kazakhstan, peacefully merge it in because we're lazy.
Where do you need me?
Yeah, and you keep helping out over here.
Lending my expertise.
All right. And yeah, hopefully that doesn't keep dropping.
I will help them.
Offering support.
I will help them.
Obviously, instead of doing the triple advise, I could use them to just start disbanding Russian armies. That would probably be smarter. Might do that next turn. It's just going to be a grind doing that every 2 weeks for like 6 months, getting rid of these stupid armies. But it would make sense. All right. Yeah, good luck with that. I think I got plenty of stuff going on
Public
there.
sentiment is increasingly with us.
Ooh, our first colony mining complex is online, boys and girls. Generating 24 fissils, 100 nobles, 300 base metals, 300 water, and 180 volatiles. That is not the worst. And while we're here, we'll do that. We don't have enough. Oh, we're gonna need that. And let's do that. Does that give us enough power? Just barely. All right. Look at that Energy Institute. Look at that big old rectangle. All right. Yeah, the command centers are just so crazy pricey. Wow. Up to 6.3. Well, they're crazy pricey, but you know what? We got frickin' Kuiper, people. We got frickin' Kuiper. Look at this. 300 power, $100 a month for upkeep. This is why I don't want to run command centers earlier than we need to. All right. Why is our farm discount? Oh, it is 100%. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to... I mean, let's see. How long does this take? Only takes 140 days. So, and I think I did this during Dyson. We can, when we're building like some super big fleet, that'll take at least 180 days, right? What we can do is when we set up like a big ship build, what we can do is run over and upgrade our complexes. Oh, but yeah, we do want... The higher this is, the more mines we get to keep online. Let's just do this. Wow, that is... I forgot, like, how many freaking people are in the command center. That's 1,000. I'm building 2 farms, right? I'm building 2 farms on all these places instead of an ag complex because I'm like, I'm going to be efficient and, you know, look, our crew is only 900. Well, we'll just build 2 farms instead of an ag complex. Completely forgetting that when we eventually build a command center in all these spots, they come with 1,000 frickin' crew that galaxy quest into the Kuiper belt immediately that are going to need upkeep. Now, just as a note, in case you didn't know this, farms, ag complexes, whatever, they do not pay for crew during the upgrading process. They only pay after the building is complete. So here we can build another farm to get up to 1,800, or we can just upgrade to an ag complex, throw down a fusion array, and we're good. Yeah. And should we just do that here too? I'll just do it here too. Let's just do it here too. Upgrade, fusion reactor. Yeah, we're good. Should we throw in a bonus nanofactory? Oh, we can upgrade the nanofactory. Sure, why not? All right, those are respectable incomes, and those are just going to skyrocket over the next few months. This is going to get closer and closer to 582. You can see our network costs 12 extra mission control to manage. That is going to get a lot higher. All right, the EU, as planned, took control of the Belarusians. Excellent. And why don't you guys just go home? Everybody go home. Everybody go home. So you're using up less stuff. All right. Oh, Lord. Can we do the same thing here? Oh, this is so pricey. I think it's worth it. We'll do at least a little. We'll do it for at least a few. It's just a lot of cash. By the way, on that note, I just want to show you sooner or later, and these techs are so easy, so quick for us right now. So there are 3 techs for selling stuff, right? And those techs are, there's 2 social and 1 info, as I recall. Oh, we don't even have coil cannon studied. That's just the worst. Yeah, let's finish this. So let's find them and let's knock them out real quick. Resource Market Administration. Let's just finish. Oh, is that literally 1 day? No, that could be like 2 days. All right, we'll let that one. Oh, that's just the colony core. That's not the full deal. All right, well, you know what to do. Boom. All right, so 100% more revenue from sale of space resources, and there's 2 more. There's a 200% one and a 100% one. I don't think we've gotten either one of them yet. We might have done one of them. So integrated resource market, that's the 200%. I think maybe we did the other one. I'll be able to tell as soon as we finish this. So let's pop this one out real quick. Oh my lord, they hate the Lacadarians. Oh yeah, okay. Good luck, guys. All right. Now, do we do the thing? I think we do the thing, I guess. And the old chuckaroo, and we're good, and sure, why not? Oh, we got 2 empty spots. We can build there instead. Oh my lord. Sure. Fine. Oh wow, really? I never did the fusion array tech. Not that it's like super crucial for us. I mean fusion farm tech, sorry. I mean, theoretically, if we really wanted to be efficient on fissils, we'd be replacing all these with heavy fusion in the future. All right. We can't afford to upgrade yet, Mr. Velas. All right, so I think we have all 3 of those done. Not 100% sure. Should we get rid of this real quick? I'm not 100% sure, but I think we have all 3 of those done. But let's see. So if we go to sell some nobles here, yeah, 13.4. So this is actually 11 or 12, but we pumped our GDP in China so much that this actually went up. Investigating econ actually increases the price of the metals. And so we can make 13.4 per unit here. Now, you know, in the Mars Dyson run, we sold a bunch of fissils because this was 800, not 200. Noble metals, though, we're drowning in, right? Now, we are going to need nobles later on. I don't want to go crazy on this, but if we're making 2K a month. If we want to sell 2 weeks worth, we've got a buffer. And in fact, just to show you, and is this going to lower the price? Nope. I mean, probably with rounding it did, but we just doubled our cash by selling 2 weeks worth of nobles, and this nobles income is going up. So late game, you know, instead of spoils, it's often better to sell some resource like nobles or fissils that you have a lot of extra from. Now, obviously, when we start building titans and grinding things out, those can end up costing a whole lot of nobles and a whole lot of fissils until you have helium-3 mines, which if you have those, then it's going to be a lot less fissils because that'll kind of replace that. But anyway, just pointing that out for the record. If you're doing the kind of strategy that I'm doing here, where you have just crazy numbers of mining sites, especially Kuiper-based, you will probably have enough nobles and or fissils to be able to sell stuff to kind of pay your upkeeps. Obviously, our upkeeps are a lot lower because we don't have 120 universities that we're supporting, so we're net positive anyway. But, you know, just some crazy event shows up where we need 25K, yeah, we're good. All right, so let's just throw this into Unity for now. And we'll take the other spots, and then we'll probably just do a peaceful merge in 180 days or whatever it is. Could be 120 for Kazakhstan, I'm not sure. All right, we are at 47-ish minutes, 48, and we're at the end of the month. So I think that this is a good place to end things. Let's just do a quick alien check. Are there aliens? Do aliens even exist? All right, we got a bunch of people being dicks. That's fine. Yeah, they're starting to ramp up. They're going to try to be mean to us. We got 6 whole ships coming in. That's a real fleet. It's funny that they're coming in a lunar orbit. Yeah, we can, and that's going to be in half a year. We'll have Lancers ready if need be. I mean, obviously we can crush this easily. Anybody coming into Mars? A bunch of people came into Mars, and I don't know what these people are doing in Mars. They're not hurt. Well, you know what? I mean, yeah, whatever. Again, we're not building up around Mars because we've got 6 sites there. They're good. Some of them are good, but they're not Kuiper level. And if we lost all of them, fine. I mean, I'm not going to build up a big fleet there. Anybody coming to Mercury yet? Nope. Yeah, lame. Lame. Okay. All right. So thank you for joining me. Congratulations. Oh, are we still at war? Oh my God. We're still at war with these people. All right. Well, so I don't forget. Was it? Is the EU still in charge here? All right. Let's just end I mean, we'll lose some cohesion and stuff, but I would just prefer to get rid of it. All right. The European-Turkey War. Let's just keep that in mind. End the stupid war. Okay. And by the way, did Sean, you ever find anybody in Alien or Humanity First or anything? Found some person in Iraq. They're lame. I mean, we could investigate and turn them, I guess. I really want to find a Humanity Firster. All right. Okay, set these guys up for next time, and yeah, next time we'll continue. You know, I think we're going to start. We'll build. I think we're going to build the DDRs. I think what I'm going to do now that we've got Z-Pinch 3 and we've got the DDR, I'm going to build a DDR template and maybe some marine ship templates. And as soon as those new Spaceworks come online around Mercury, or if any Spaceworks are open on Earth, and they probably are, we will start building a fleet to go to Ceres and or Jupiter. Let's see how the aliens doing on Jupiter. They got peoples. They got peeps. They got some peeps. They got a dreadnought and some other folks. Nothing that we're going to worry about. You know, we're going to be able. Nothing that you know. We're going to send 16 Lancers, mostly laser noses, but some coils. That's going to crush what's here. That's going to crush us here. So that's going to be our plan. I think instead of Ceres, we're just going to go straight to Jupiter, plant a flag, and then keep going, and go on for at least a little bit, right? I'm not gonna cut this short until it's just very clear we are taking over the solar system. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you next time.